You are listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
Yo, what's going on? Hope everybody's enjoying President's Day weekend. You are back live with the Party Nerds Weekly podcast. I'm here co-hosting with Jorge, the evil producer.
What's up?
You guys know me as Mr. Haas Diesel. We are missing two of our co-hosts, which is Grandmaster Fax and Ralphie. They are trapped somewhere in the multiverse, and we will engage in a mission to find them, hopefully by next week. With that being said, I hope everybody's got a chance to see this movie, which made over $100 million worldwide. The numbers are fantastic, great numbers, but in my opinion, might be the only thing good about this movie. If you guys remember last week and episodes before that, I said this movie had a task at hand, and that was to push the whole MCU forward, give us some type of foundation of what a new Avengers team would start to look like, and for it to be a great film, because after Deadpool and Wolverine, we didn't really push the MCU forward with Deadpool and Wolverine. We just got a great movie out of it. But this movie needed to push it forward. I also said we didn't need this movie. So it had to be great, or at least very good. What we got was a lackluster, bad written, slow. What's up? Slow paced Anthony Mackie fighting. Like, Anthony Mackie was fighting like he was an old man facing against older men. They didn't speed the fighting up. It was the whole movie's a mess. And this is, I think, honestly, y'all, and this is coming from me. Like, this is my opinion, and I can't wait for all the comments. This episode, since we don't have everybody here, me and Jorge are gonna be looking for y'all comments, and we're gonna not on top of, we got a lot of Facebook comments, so that's coming up later in the show. But if you guys are watching live, go ahead and ask some questions, and we'll go right into it, because I feel like I want to get everybody's perspective on what a waste. And when I say waste, I'm talking about the importance of the MCU. Is it the worst film ever? Absolutely not. There's a lot of things that I enjoyed about the movie, actually. But honestly, this movie could have been, and this is full spoilers. So if you guys are watching, hopefully you've seen the movie, because we're not. This is your spoiler warning, right? So we're going deep into this movie. We're talking about everything that happened in the movie. So if you didn't watch the movie, stop watching the podcast right now. Come back and watch this later. All right. So we didn't need this film. This film actually should have been a 6-episode season 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We had Isaiah Bradley. We just got Isaiah Bradley, basically got everything cleared for him, right? He was in prison for about 30, 40, 50, 60 years, whatever the number was. And the first thing we do, 15, 20 minutes into the movie, we're going to put his ass back in jail. That doesn't even make a goddamn sense. He spent his whole life trying to get his name right. Sam Wilson went to bat to get his name right, and the first thing we do is throw him right back in the cell, right? Mm-hmm. That's the first thing we do, right? Second, the dialogue. I don't know who wrote this movie. I have to check. I'm sure any of you guys can find out. Place it in the comments. But the writers of this film, you guys get an F. The dialogue was it was like preschool level, Jorge. It was like preschool level. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Anthony Mackie and his fighting technique. If you ever want to get bored and watch people fight, watch Anthony Mackie fight. Now, Chris Evans, when he was Captain America, he was kicking ass. He was moving fast.
Yeah.
His movements were fluent. Like we believe, like damn, Captain America could go hand to hand.
That's right.
Hand to hand combat. Like you believed it.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Mackie is like, I get it. He doesn't have the superhero serum. I couldn't disagree more. I like what they did with Cap. They made him more relatable. That's cool. And this is why I want you guys to comment, because this is strictly my opinion. Sam wasn't on steroids. Sam wasn't on steroids, but he don't got to fight like an 80-year-old man. There's a difference, because we have the black, the little 4'5" Black Widow that we had in the film. She was kicking ass and moving at a decent enough speed that I could believe, even though she's tiny. But that I was like, oh, she kicks some ass. Anthony Mackie wasn't kicking any ass. All right, he did, but it took a while. And I get it. Like, he doesn't have the superhero serum, but he does not have to move like molasses.
Do you think he has a presence to carry a film, or he's better off supporting for now?
Absolutely. You just need to write a better film for him.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to write a better film. Like, because he delivers lines. He's not the problem with this movie. The fight coordinator is the problem with this movie. He's not the problem. I love Captain America. I love Sam Wilson as Captain America. I love Anthony Mackie as a Captain America. That shit works for me. But he deserved a better film. He deserved it. Like, he deserved better resources for that film. That's just my opinion. And like I said, this movie was important, man. Like, we got to stop. Like, I thought we figured this shit out. Like, we got to stop putting average movies out from Marvel. Like, I feel like Marvel is in trouble because they are inconsistent in putting out the quality content that we were used to getting before. This is why they bring in Robert Downey Jr. to play another character that could have went to somebody else. What's that, Jorge?
And the Russo brothers, they're consistent.
Yeah, they're just recycling every. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. Let's just bring everything that works. Like, I want to see other like yes, I'm all for the Russo brothers directing any film, but the actors though, we gotta circle back Robert Downey Jr. And he came in like he could have played another version of Iron Man. We gotta get him as Dr. Doom.
Yeah,
anybody could have played Dr. Doom.
Yeah,
anybody. Now Juan Carlo Esposito, and then he was in his limited time on screen was fantastic
too.
Yeah, he was great. He did not push the film forward though. Like, it was almost like a waste. He played the Serpent. He's part of the Serpent Society, which that's a whole weird group, like a mutant group of people that in the comics they're like they have snake powers and they look like snakes. This is the Serpent Society's weird. They were actually going to do the Serpent Society back when Chris Evans was going to do when Chris Evans did like Winter Soldier and stuff like that. Excuse me. But anyways, they kind of wasted his character because he was the best villain on screen. And it's just like he got captured and then he gave a little information and they he kind of got forgotten in the movie, right? Sure enough says they wasted bugging out. He should have been Sam's. Yeah, absolutely, because he was the actual threat to me. When I'm watching the film, I feel like Juan Carlo Esposito is the threat. He played the part. His presence. That's what I'm saying. What we got from him on screen, I appreciate. I just feel like they dropped the ball on that. Next, as we talk about this film, I feel like this was more so a sequel to the Incredible Hulk than an actual Captain America movie. And what's crazy is because throughout the movie they keep calling him Cap, so we could believe that he's Cap. And when I believe he's Cap, that's cool. But Captain America does not have the coolest rogues gallery. We know that. We spoke about that on the podcast before. So we're using the leader, which is a Hulk villain. We're using Thunderbolt Ross, President Ross, or used to be president. If you've seen the movie, he's a Hulk character. They're using Hulk storylines and then using the Red Hulk, which we didn't get that much Red Hulk. They promoted the hell out of the Red Hulk. That's why they made $100 million.
Yep.
But we only get Red Hulk towards the end of the movie. To be fair, the Widow comparison is unfair. She was trained from birth. Sam wasn't. Sam is in special forces. Sam runs special forces missions. Sam fought better in other films. Whoever the fight coordinator in this movie needs to not work in this town again. Sam has fought better in Avengers Infinity War, in Endgame, Winter Soldier. I don't care what it is. What's up, Mr. Biggs? He has fought better in other films. This is what I'm disappointed about. I'm not. So, like I said, I want y'all to keep dropping these comments because we're going to dig deep into them because I'm only telling you from my perspective. I have high standards for the MCU. I'm sorry. This is not a DC film. If this was a DC film, I might have liked it a little bit more. But we are getting away from the quality that the MCU provided us with. So, yes, I have high standards. Yes,
you're expecting some people came into the theater lowering the bar because it's been a while since they hadn't seen a Marvel film and
and
scared people and all that. But you came in with the high standards.
Came in on the high standard because we're only getting films every 3-4 months. So for me to take my little youngins out, get popcorn, get the Hulk bucket and the Captain America drink and all that, like. Yo, if I'm gonna spend some bread, man, y'all gotta give me money. Y'all gotta give me a good movie,
you have
man.
the souvenir popcorns and
I want a good movie. Show enough says I have no standards for a cat movie, and that's the problem. That's the problem. I have no standards for a cat movie. No, we should have standards for a cat movie because what did we get? We got a trilogy, which Captain America is arguably could have the best trilogy in the MCU, arguably. All right, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying arguably. It's that respected. You got the time period piece with the first one, the first Avenger. The Winter Soldier might be the best solo film in the MCU. And then you got Civil War, which is crazy. It's like another Avengers movie. All right. The TAC 671, based off of what they have recently released, I feel it was well paced. The story was decently written. Honestly, comparative felt better written and paced than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if you feel like it was better paced, I don't have a problem with the pacing of the movie. So that's number one. I don't have a problem with the pacing of the movie. Sure enough says, but Haas, the other characters carried 2 of the 3 movies, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with characters carrying the movie. Agreed, but to be fair, they're working off a series which I felt was too much story and not enough time. Now that makes sense. I like that comment. That makes sense. Which is why I said we should have got 6 episodes of this movie. This movie should have been broken down in 6 episodes. We got it on Disney Plus, got it for free, and then we could have did that. The tax 671 says there's way too much going on in the show and not enough time. Absolutely. And I agree with that too. There's not enough time to really break down what needs to be on the show. Tax 671 also says you got to remember the former widow was trained from birth. That's an unfair comparison. Listen, I respect that she was trained from birth. I'm just saying this has nothing to do with Anthony Mackie. It has everything to do with the fight coordinator. Like, we're not gonna downgrade Sam Wilson's fight technique in this movie when he fought better in other movies. Mateo, what up? What's good, baby? So it wasn't a chef's kiss, but me and my family enjoyed it. Yeah, look.
Enjoyable.
If we take the importance of the MCU out, it's definitely like an entertaining action film. All right. So let's remember I have high standards. for these MCU films. So this is me. This is why I want to talk to y'all. For what I needed to get out of this film, I did not get. And
what were you looking for?
What am I looking for?
What were you looking for?
So I'm looking for a film that was closer to what The Winter Soldier did, right? Grounded, which this movie, in all actuality, this movie was grounded. So we got that part. We got the grounded part, right? It wasn't really the world is at stake. It wasn't really that. The world was never in danger. They was talking about it's going to be a world war, Japan versus the USA, and that shit was never happening. So it wasn't that crazy. I appreciate that, but I needed a well-written film with the action and all the characters make sense in the movie. The leader. First of all, the leader looks like crap, and if you know what the leader looks like in the comments, he looks nothing like that. He has a bubble up head. What up, Dre? What's good? He had a bubble up head, which looked disgusting. All he wanted was to embarrass the president, because the president basically kept him locked up so he can get ahead in his political conquest of America, basically. Right? So the leader didn't want anything other than to embarrass Thunderbolt Ross. I feel like that's a waste. We already got Baron Zemo. See, this is what we're recycling plot lines and all kinds of. Agreed. The stakes felt lacking, and the design of the leader was cheeks. Absolutely, I totally agree with that. But we're recycling storylines. Like, how many times are we going to get soldiers and everybody being infiltrated or mind control? Right, mind control. That's the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier. You could say little code words and he can snap. Right. Yep. Now you just play a song or something. Now every soldier snaps. We don't know who's who. So now everybody's snapping, and nobody knows who the villain is, right? Or like Secret Invasion. Thank you. Just like Secret Invasion, we got people turning on it. We don't know who's like. It's the same. They're recycling the same storyline.
Espionage movie. It was.
Like, how many times do we got to fight our own?
Yeah.
Now Thunderbolt Ross is a villain, which. Yeah. He was kind of a villain in the Incredible Hulk, but he was more like he was going against. He thought the Incredible Hulk was a menace, much like J. Jonah Jameson thinks Spider-Man is a menace.
Yes.
Now we put this motherfucker in the raft, and he's in there with Baron Zemo and the leader. Like, I think it's weak. I think there's more villains that we could have explored. There's a better story that we could have showed. KJack33 says, saw it again today, felt the exact same for this film, but slightly less hateful. Yeah, I do not hate this film. I definitely don't hate the film. I'm more disappointed than everything else. Dre says they keep recreating Captain America Winter Soldier and they're failing at it. You can't recreate that film. You can have the vibes of that film, but it has to be different, and it has, like, basically just make something on that level of quality. That's what I'm saying. Make something on that level of quality. But I don't know how many times, like, we had Hydra. Showing up says, can we talk about Isaiah Breyer's hair? Oh, nasty work. Nasty work. And he had the nerve to say
the hair system? The hair system?
Yeah, the hair system was nasty work. And he had the nerve to say he went to go get a cut today. He had the nerve to say he got a cut today. The suit and that cut. Isaiah Bradley, man. They threw Isaiah Bradley in jail in 15 minutes. And mind you, he has the superhero syndrome. Why the hell he's running slow? First of all, when he was running, why is anybody behind him? He has superhero serum. Why is anybody catching up to him? He should have been running circles around him, saying, "I'm on your left, on your left,
on your
you
left.
Can't catch me on your left." That's nasty work. As nasty as his haircut.
Yeah, I
almost didn't recognize him when I saw with that cut. Yo, that cut is nasty. Guys, the cut was nasty. They had the nerve to say he went to go get that cut. Them joints, my boy. they had the nerve to say, "I just got a haircut." Well, yeah, they put him in jail, man. So it's too much. It's basically season 2 of The Falcon and Winter Soldier, man.
Yeah,
that's all. That's what it really was. That's what it really was. It was that, and then a sequel to The Incredible Hulk. That's what it was. Now let's talk about Thunderbolt Ross.
Yes, talk about it.
He had a lot going on in this film. All right. Talk about diabolical. He was diabolical. Because he had the leader basically enhance him. And I'm talking about the information he needed to move up politically. Sure enough says the super serum or not the police gonna catch that black man. Yeah, no, listen. He shouldn't have. No, nobody should caught up. He should be gone. This is what I thought was happening when he was running. I thought when he was running, I thought he was going to run to the Potomac River and swim away. I was like, oh yeah, they're not catching him. So that's what I thought it was happening. I thought he was going to run to the Potomac River and swim away, and we wasn't going to see him till later in the movie. They sure enough. And first of all, how you going to put cuffs on this man?
He would have broken.
We're gonna put cuffs. Like you're gonna feel okay putting cuffs on him. You might as well just say, all right, man, we got you. Like you're not putting cuffs on him. He's breaking out of that. There's no need. That's like when they put when they put those cuffs on Superman in Man of Steel. Like, what are we doing this for? Why are we wasting time and probably destroying equipment? Andre says, can someone please tell me the reason why we had Homegirl from Black Widow program on the team? Yeah, so the she's like 4'5" from Israel. Her size alone, yes, she was the security advisor. Her size alone, man, she's small, bro. I wasn't threatened by her. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, she could definitely fight though. Like her choreography was that she was good. She was just a little too small, too petite, not threatening.
No power.
KJack 33, bro said he could see every probability and got surprised twice. Yo, yeah, that's another thing. See, this is where the writing comes involved, right? This is KJack understands what's happening. The writing, he could see every probability. He could see, and he got surprised. Like he should never get surprised. Harrison Ford looked like a skeleton when he went back to normal. Oh my god, yeah, that was nasty work too, man. We didn't need that.
Yeah. She was getting down.
671 says she was getting down. She was listen, that's what I said. Her fight movements was fantastic. She looked like a 13-year-old. Yeah, she did. She definitely did.
It wasn't.
She looked like a niece or something. But Thunderbolt Ross, man, he had, like I said, he had a lot going on, man. He had the leader trapped in the basement somewhere. He wanted Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, Captain America. He wanted him to start the Avengers again. So he has this shindig at the White House. He has Joaquin, who is now taking up the mantle of Falcon, just like in the comics. So him, Joaquin, Sam Wilson, and Isaiah Bradley all come to the White House, and they're celebrating that Joaquin and Sam Wilson saved the antimanium from the Serpent and eventually the leader, which we didn't know it was the leader yet, but that's what it was, right? This leader was the biter, right? So they have the shindig, and then Isaiah gets these flashing lights that we find out later in the movie, and him and a bunch of other soldiers or detail, they turn against everybody. They fake an assassination attempt, which is weird too. So the leader didn't want to kill President Ross. He wanted to scare him and make him look vulnerable. So Isaiah wasn't supposed to actually hit him with the bullets. I couldn't tell that at the time. We find out that later. But he was brainwashed. Again, like I said, we had the Hydra infiltration. We had the secret invasion with the Skrulls infiltration. We had the Winter Soldier, which is also Hydra, but you say some words and he snaps. We keep getting the same redundant. Our own is turning against us. We don't know who the enemy is. It's getting whacked, man. But they have the shindig. That shit gets crazy. Isaiah Bradley walks to some location, gives himself up. And I say walk, I'm being sarcastic. He ran, but he jogged, and I don't believe it. And he goes into custody. All the other soldiers that were involved in being turned, they go into custody. And now the leader gets wind, obviously is getting wind of all this. And before these other inmates can spill the beans on what happened, the leader gets to another soldier, or and gets him mind controlled, and he takes the other remaining members out and himself. So now they're all gone. So now Isaiah Bradley has to move to another location, which the little Black Widow took him, which she didn't believe all day. She thought Sam Wilson was behind the shit. Basically convinced the president with her presence that this is Sam. That's Isaiah Bradley is Sam's friend, and we're not going to do the Avenger shit no more. That's basically what President Ross said. But President Ross, who in not Avengers, but Captain America: Civil War, he said he had like a heart attack. So they're playing off that. He's had a really bad heart for a while, and the leader has been giving him medicines, which is gamma based. And while he's giving him this medicines, the gamma is building up to him, and then the heat is rising. And obviously, the leader knows how to get him to change over, which is what's going to happen later in that movie, right? So we have a president that is he already knows what the fuck is going on. So why is he tripping? B, he can turn into the Hulk, the Red Hulk, at any given time. So he's a wild card. And now Sam Wilson and Joaquin, they for whatever reason, they're roommates. Now they're roommates. I didn't know they were roommates. They got this high luxury apartment, headquarters, whatever you want to call it, but they're roommates. And they get wind of this this location in Virginia, West Virginia, I think. And they go to this location where, they're trying to go get some answers. Because Sam was like, I'm going to get Isaiah Bradley out of this. That's all Sam wants to do. He wants to get Isaiah Bradley out of this and see who's really behind this shit. So they go down there to West Virginia, and the leader is there. And this is where it gets weird, because the leader, for whatever reason, Sam Wilson was like, I'm going to get you right now. And then he puts him into this, I don't even know what to call it, but he had Sam Wilson dead to rights. Now, why he didn't kill him makes no sense to me. But he had him, and then decided, you know what? I'm going to have my henchmen come fight you, and I'm going to dip out of here. So the leader kind of tells what his plan is. He gets his henchmen. He dips out, and now we get a scheduled fight between Joaquin, Sam Wilson, and a whole bunch of soldiers that are turned over with mind control. Decent fight, but again, the plot isn't really moving the way I would like for it to move. Right? The pacing is alright, but the actual plot itself, like, alright, this is going on. President Ross wants to try to get Japan under control because they got the antimanium, and they feel like the situation at the White House could have got everybody murked. Like, it's messy. So Thunderbolt Ross is trying to make up with them. Sam Wilson's trying to clear his OG out. Like, it's just like the leader had Sam Wilson dead to rights. The movie could have been over, but he was like, you know what? Plot convenience. At this point in the film, I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, hey, man, like, I just need something good to happen. I mean, my bad for having high standards, yo. I'm used to it, and I will come back every week and say, like, we deserve good, really, really good films. Like, this couldn't be an average film, or they should never came out with it. Me personally, you didn't have to come out with this film, because I wasn't anticipating this. Or let me say that I said that wrong. I wasn't anticipating the Thunderbolts. I thought this was going to be the better film. And now I think it's going to be the Thunderbolts because this wasn't the film that it needed to be. And hopefully the Thunderbolts is good. Because, like I said before, they could have merged the Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World and merged them together. I was waiting for Canada to be mentioned with the Animanium race. We know what they did with it. Yeah. Canada would have been perfect because of the whole Weapon X program, Wolverine and all that. I think they dropped the ball on that too. Honestly, I appreciate the fact that they talked about the Celestial on a bigger scale compared to the newspaper in She-Hulk, so people stop complaining. Yeah, I agree with that too. I do like that they finally got to talking about the Celestial Island and the Celestial. It's been a while since it's been out there, so I'm glad they came up with something. Thought it was more of a heart condition than regular doctors could solve. Yeah, probably so, but it's a plot convenience, right? So the way you can use the leader is that the leader was keeping him alive and using the gamma so he can blackmail him with if that's all the leader was doing. I'm gonna set you up to blackmail you if you don't set me free one day. That's all the leader was doing. Like his plan was simple, and he was killing people left and right for no reason. Like too many people died because the leader wanted just to embarrass President Ross. Like it was stupid. So yeah, the movie itself, after the whole West Virginia thing, and Sam and Joaquin, bro was a scammer, absolutely. You know they start to try to get the medicine, right? They get the medicine, and he wants to get the medicine to his boy. I'm talking about Sam now. He wants to get his boy from the Navy SEALs, Navy SEALs Team 6, whatever they're called. And they're gonna get the medicine and see what's up in that medicine, to see what's been going into the president, right? So they get all that. I'm skipping stuff now, but they do all that. And Show Enough says, this makes me question, will Thunderbolts take place prior to Brave New World? Because Bucky was a senator. Yeah. So Bucky is trying to become a congressman. So that's crazy. Why would you let an assassin be a congressman? But whatever, it's all good. But yeah, so the Navy SEALs Team 6, they are checking out the medicine. When they do, the leader gets pissed off, and he kills him before he can tell Sam Wilson, hey, we got something. This is what's happening to the president. So he kills him. And then, first of all, I don't know how the leader even knew that he was over there. I guess this is the incredible intelligence that he has. And then he just leaves. That's what I'm saying. Like, who wrote this shit, bro? And he just leaves. Right? So that's going on. We have the situation in the Indian Ocean. Japan's pissed off. Thunderbolt Ross is like, oh, we're going to control the Andamanium. So, again, we get two soldiers that are mind-controlled, right? Mind-controlled soldiers. And they're pilots, and they start turning against everybody. And the Falcon, which is Joaquin, and Captain America, they got to go save the day, and they have to save everyone, and they have to try to convince the Japan that America's still on their side, and we're not trying to fight you. 671 says man's got pardoned, and then, and they said that's cool. Yeah, like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he got pardoned. That's cool. Like, what? So they get the fight in. Anthony Mackie saves the day. Joaquin, he gets dumped up in the sky, and he's all beat up and battered, and his skin's all burnt up. He's like toast. So he's done for the rest of the movie. So now we just have Anthony Mackie. And Stamulo says it was a good movie. I was hoping for a Hiroshima reference. That would have been cool. We got the Hiroshima reference, but no, I'm glad you liked the film. Like, this is, again, I'm gonna keep stressing it. These are my standards. But I am not mad if y'all like this film. I am not mad at y'all for that. Sometimes you should just enjoy a movie. Me, on the other hand, when it comes to MCU, and I know like their direction is not good right now, we kind of need high quality films. I'm sorry, like we just do. Joaquin was just trying to get that Wakanda plug. He was the whole movie. He wanted those Wakanda wings, which those wings were fantastic. Anthony Mackie definitely had the hookup. You know, they absorb power, they send it back. Them shits was tight. I give them that. But Anthony Mackie saves the day. So Japan is like, oh yeah, the Captain America's on our side and shit, save the day. So now President Ross goes back to the White House. And before he goes to the White House, actually, when this fight is going on, we start to see that he's about to change into the Hulk. And luckily, Sam saved the day and he didn't have to. So we know it's coming now. Now we're towards the end of the movie, in the last phase of the movie. Estamelo says it was better than Ant-Man 3 and The Last Doctor Strange. I will give you Ant-Man 3. I'm not giving you The Last Doctor Strange.
Oh, you like Doctor
No
Strange?
way. What's that?
You like the Doctor Strange one, the last one?
Yeah. I actually like the last Doctor Strange movie. It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but I felt like it was good. Ant-Man 3, it stinks. The movie is not good. The more I think about it, the more I dislike it.
I forgot it was existed.
Yeah, it kind of messed. Ant-Man 3 is actually one of the reasons that there's all this is screwed up, because they had Ant-Man and the Wasp beat up a Kang. That doesn't make sense. Like physically punch him, hand fist fight Kang and win. That didn't make any sense. So yeah, so the leader catches up with Anthony Mackie, gives himself up, and says, basically, the whole world is about to see what President Ross is all about and all the shit that he done. So the leader gives himself up, literally gives himself up. That was it. He gave himself up. All that killing, all that nonsense, he gives himself up just so everybody can see President Ross for what he really is. And President Ross turns into the Hulk. And god damn it. I mean, the Hulk looked good. I'm going to give you that. The Red Hulk looked good. What I didn't like, and I'll get to that in a second. Show Enough says a lot of people went to the movie looking for flaws and found them. And thanks to Haas, when I go see Fantastic Four, I will be looking for silver titties. Yo, I almost forgot about them silver titties, man. We're getting silver titties in Fantastic Four. In July, we're getting silver titties, y'all. Silver. I can barely say it. Silver titties. We're getting. KJack33 says it's stressful because we know that they can make banger. Yeah, they can make banger fills, but the writing needs to step up. No, it really needs to step up. It really needs to step up. Instamilo says Cobra Kai, no mercy. Here y'all go with this Cobra Kai stuff, man. I ain't mad at y'all. No mercy. Honestly, the nanotech oxygen mask for the high altitude and the fast maneuvering was a solid move for realism. Yes, I agree. And not really for the character design wasn't the worst and not the best. Yeah, I agree with that too. Like, it just makes sense. Like, he should have a face covering if you're flying 200 miles per hour, which your face is not going to survive that. So I'm glad, scientifically, it was an efficient upgrade to the suits. But yeah, Red Hulk happens. Like I said, the CGI of the Capitol and like the Potomac River, I did not like. I wish it was more. I understand that they couldn't actually use the White House, but I wish it was like more like not CGI, but they kind of needed to make a CGI for the pink leaves that helped Red Hulk come down and remember his daughter. So I get all that. I just think it was just too CGI. But the Red Hulk looked good. He looked great. He looked just like Harrison Ford. It was fantastic. That part was fantastic. And I think Mr. Big said it. Yeah, when he changed back from the Hulk to President Ross, nasty work, man. I don't know what that was happening, but yeah, man. And I really have a problem with a non-super super soldier serum Captain America taking on the Hulk all by himself and winning. Like taking on the Hulk. I understand it's not the Incredible Hulk, where the Incredible Hulk has almost unpenetratable skin, almost, where you can hurt this Hulk, and I get it, but nah, it's going to take a lot more than Anthony Mackie to beat this motherfucker. Like, so that to me wasn't believable, but I'm glad he held his own because he is Captain America and he didn't take the superhero serum or super soldier serum, and he needs to show that toughness. So it works and it doesn't work at the same time for me. Like, because we're not gonna. I'm glad we don't make Anthony Mackie as Captain America is not weak at all. He's not weak. He fights a little slow, but he's not weak. So I'm glad he had that toughness and to take all the stabbings. He got stabbed so many times in this movie. It was crazy. He kept getting stabbed. Everybody stabbed him. Juan Carlos Esposito stabbed him. I think the first guy he fought stabbed him. He kept getting stabbed. It was crazy. It felt kind of like Age of Ultron, or should I say Weekend of Ultron? The Weekend of Ultron. Felt like it was happening within a few days. Yeah, it kind of felt that way. He was right when he said he could take me out with one punch. Absolutely.
Yep.
One punch. Absolutely. But yeah, that was just me. I just briefly went through the movie. I mean, I didn't talk about. There's a few things I didn't talk about. I didn't want to talk about the whole movie in general, just certain points. The Bucky cameo was actually that's a really good written scene. The whole movie was the Bucky cameo. I like the dialogue. I like what was said. I was shocked that he's becoming a congressman. But it was good to see him. I felt like he should have been the second lead or the co-lead instead of having Joaquin as the Falcon. Wakanda Tech. Yeah, it was scary.
Carried the whole film.
Yeah, it did. KJack 33 says also realized that the new Avengers won't be under the president's supervision since he's in prison, so Sam can recruit whoever he sees fit. Yeah, he can. Post-credit scene kind of sucks too. It does. Like, we just got a conversation and all the leader said is like, just wait till the others come. Like, all right, like Anthony Mackie has no idea what's going on, which is cool, whatever. But I'd rather have seen like him like starting to recruit some Avengers, like, or like hitting up different heroes, like, yo, we're putting the gang back together, man. We're putting the band back together. The post-credit scene didn't make sense to me because how would the leader know? Well, the leader's supposed to be super smart, even though he got surprised twice. So apparently he knows about the multiverse. And who are these others? Yeah, I don't know. But he did say other worlds and stuff like that. So the multiverse saga is a mess. And this is one of the films, which I didn't think this film would have anything to do with the multiverse saga. And somehow it did. It found its way, at least in the post-credit scene. And the multiverse saga is a mess, man. It is literally, they dropped the ball when they wanted to go that route. They probably thought, oh man, we're gonna kill him with this one, and they just been missing. Like, the only good thing about the multiverse saga really has been the Spider-Man movie, the Doctor Strange movie, Deadpool Wolverine, because that takes place in a different universe. You know, Show Enough says the Dark Avengers will recruit Red Hulk and the leader. Cute. That's cute. The Dark Avengers. We'll see. That's what the Thunderbolts are supposed to be. They're supposed to become the Dark Avengers or the New Avengers if they just don't want to call them the Dark Avengers. Bro, Shang-Chi as the Avenger, though. Yo, we need Shang-Chi. Yo, Shang-Chi has not been on film for a long time. This sucks.
Yeah.
He had one of the best movies after Avengers Endgame. And they are misusing this motherfucker. I hope they don't use the leader to replace Kang. Nah, Doctor Doom is replacing Kang. Doctor Doom is replacing Kang. This is why we have Doomsday and then Secret Wars, because this is all playing off of Doctor Doom. KJack33 says Shang-Chi, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Yelena would be a solid additions. Yeah. But keep in mind the Suri, who's right now Captain America, the actress playing her doesn't even want to act anymore. So I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe she'll have a change of mind, but she doesn't want to act. Like she doesn't want to be in Hollywood. So that's a situation we need to look into. KJack33 says Shang-Chi is underrated as hell. Yeah, you know what? I don't think it's underrated. I think people love it. I think people. What did you think of Shang-Chi, Jorge?
Oh, I loved it. Oh, it's great. It was
Yeah,
different
yeah,
because we were in the mysticism realm.
yeah. Oh yeah, that run was dope.
Yeah,
Everything about that movie was
yeah,
fire.
exactly.
Like we should have been on a sequel with that.
I was just getting so fatigued with the military tech, fighting and all that. I was, really engaged with the mysticism realm, like the Doctor Strange and
Yeah,
Shang-Chi realm. That was great.
yeah. That in itself is like multiverse, another dimension, right?
Yeah.
See, we need a Midnight Suns, dog. I
Oh,
would love a Midnight Suns. You're talking about like Ghost Rider and the Punisher and oh man, like Moon Knight. I mean, look, they're here. I mean, we're getting the Punisher and Daredevil, which thank God for Daredevil because we're gonna get something good. Daredevil's coming. This Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which we're gonna talk about next week, along with Invincible. Especially when we get the guys back, we're definitely talking about that. But yeah, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, which is part of the multiverse saga, a different universe, like that's fantastic. So yeah, there's like I said, there's some good things. It's just Marvel's just we didn't need this Captain America film, like unfortunately. And I'm all for Anthony Mackie being Captain America, man. But we could have just been good with this trilogy that we had already. Like Captain America could have just been he could have been part of other films.
So you
You
think
know, bobbing and weaving in other
Thunderbolts?
films.
You think we just went right to Thunderbolts? If
We could have.
this film, gotcha.
We could have. And we could have had Anthony Mackie. You know, Anthony Mackie could have did the what's his name? Samuel Jackson thing, man. Pop up in other people's movies and put the Avengers together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we needed a whole film. He already look, Anthony Mackie is eating because he got his own show, then got his own movie.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's not eating as
Yeah.
Captain America. This motherfucker got his own show, then got his own movie.
That's right.
So I mean, he's getting it.
Yeah.
He's getting it.
Mm-hmm.
P-nerds. Okay. I don't even know what that means. But let me see. Oh, I think that it was we announced it and put it off and changed the names and we have to put something out. Yeah, you know what? You just brought up something. 671 that they changed the name of this movie, Jorge, a million times.
Did they?
They changed the name of Captain America. The name that they actually finally fell on was Captain America New World Order.
Oh, that's been used so many times.
Yeah, so they had that, and then he was like,
yeah,
Brave New World.
Yeah.
But no matter, they couldn't figure out the title of the movie, let alone what they wanted to do with that film. And it's just like, Anthony Mackie should be bouncing out of people's movies and putting the Avengers together.
Right.
In and out.
Yeah.
It should be you know who should be putting the Avengers together? It should be Anthony Mackie and Wong. Anthony Mackie and Wong going around the MCU putting the Avengers together. It should be them. Bouncing out of every movie. I would pay money to see that. Anytime.
That's what Wong does.
Anytime Wong's on the film.
He's bouncing off movie shows.
Yeah. They just pop up everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I honestly think the MCU is in a little bit of trouble. That's just me personally. The movie wasn't bad at all. The negative reviews were completely unwarranted. And that's cool. That's cool. Maybe they're not. Maybe they are unwarranted. Me personally, I feel like they warranted. That's just me. I came into that movie and I said it on the last podcast that it needed to be great.
Yes.
It needed to be great, or it needed to at least be good.
Even as a setup movie.
It needed to set a lot of stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we still don't have an Avengers team. Like, we don't even have the remnants of the Avengers team.
Yeah.
KJack33 says they should just do a Blade TV show, make it TVMA. Since they don't want to do a movie, Moon Knight needs to be TVMA or R-rated movie. I think it should be TV, me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And that would bring more fans in. Yeah, I mean, that would start the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
So was supposed to tie into the Illuminati, but they couldn't figure out how to bring in the characters. I think they honestly they're not figuring out a lot of shit. Show Enough says I think I think he will do the bouncing from movie to movie moving forward, and which I would appreciate. Like I said, Anthony Mackie is eating, man. TV show, movie, so he eating. But we know why they're hating. Yeah, yeah. I mean, if we we can touch on that because maybe some reviewers are hating because it's a black led film, it's Black History Month and all that. Me being black, that's not the issue for me though. You know what I'm saying? But you might be onto something because that happens. I know it happens. It's happened a million times. But me personally, the film itself, man, the writing's not good. I'm sorry. The plot lines are too redundant. We've seen a lot of these plot lines before. The villains don't make sense, or they're misused, like Juan Carlo Esposito. It should have been a better film, and they had plenty of time to make this film. They wasn't rushed to make this film, so to get what we got out of it, it's very disappointing to me. I don't think we should have got that.
Yeah.
No, your hate is. I don't want to be a hater though, man, because what was my most anticipated movie? This was one of my most anticipated movies. Not Thunderbolts. I think most people want to see Thunderbolts, and I'm not even talking about if they've seen this or not. From my conversations with people want to see they're more excited about the Thunderbirds. I was more excited about Anthony Mackie as Captain America and Brave New World because I thought we was going to get a lot out of it for the MCU, and we didn't get that in my point of view. It was decent, and it's still like, listen, it's not the worst movie in the MCU. But I do put it towards the bottom. I ain't gonna hold you now, because I mean, is it as bad as Ant-Man 3? No. Is it as bad as Thor: The Dark World? No. Is it as bad as some other bad ones? There's a few bad ones. Is it better than Thor: Love and Thunder? Maybe. Yeah, probably. The more I think about that movie, the more I dislike it. But not even the more I think about this movie, the more I dislike it too. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird because it's not the worst movie in the world. You said it, Haas. No one asked for this movie. No, we didn't. We did not. Nobody was clamoring for another Captain America movie. We all knew that it was going to miss the point of Sam Wilson's Captain America. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm one of those people. Oh, my, yeah. The Marvels. The Marvels wasn't a bad film, though. The Marvels wasn't a bad film. It wasn't. I think that gets a lot of flack because it was female led. I think that was a fun movie. I think that was the fun movie, was the Marvels. I think that was fun. I think I like their chemistry. I think that was fun. This movie was brought to you by the creators of JPT. Dre's silly, man. Probably, man. You might be right. But I have high expectations for the MCU. If this was a DC film, I would probably like it better because I don't expect nothing from it. But
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like we this is the difference in standards for him. Like in a DC film, we're just hoping for a good film.
Right, please let it just be a
like we're just
get our money
like,
for it,
please. So
please.
we have more leniency.
Yeah.
But the more I see these lackluster MCU films, the more I'm worried about like Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, because it's like what made Infinity War to me is the most perfect superhero movie I ever seen in my life.
Yes.
The pacing of that movie is perfect. Like how they were able to manage everybody's screen time was perfect. The losing at the end was perfect. Like that was a great film. But we deserved that build up to that movie because we were able to establish who the Avengers were. We were able to break up the Avengers at a certain time. And we earned those moments we got in Infinity War and then Endgame, which was the climax of what a huge saga it was. 671 says, at least it wasn't Captain Marvel and the Redskin Captain America, first Avenger with the Jets and the aliens. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. A lot of people don't like the Captain Marvel movie. We didn't need the Captain Marvel movie. Well, we did need the Captain Marvel because they needed to highlight a female-led movie. So we didn't need it. So young girls can see a superhero badass woman kicking ass. I think it was much needed. But they probably could have made that film better and a little bit more enjoyable, but it wasn't bad to me. It's like middle tier movie. Too much Mackie vibes than Samuel. Ooh, this is Jorge, this is a good comment.
Yeah.
So too much Anthony Mackie vibes than Sam Wilson, only pushing Sam's character when they're pushing his counseling. All right. So Anthony Mackie basically plays Anthony Mackie in any movie that he's in. I'm not even just talking about these
Even
Avenger
Clarence.
films. Yeah. He like plays himself. He has a certain way that he delivers lines and stuff like that. It's much like Denzel. Like Denzel plays Denzel in every movie. And if you've seen the new Gladiator film, it was Denzel.
Yeah.
It was Denzel as Denzel. That's why I didn't want to go see it because it's like, nah, Denzel, you're gonna have you need an accent too, bro. Like I don't care who you are, you want to need an accent too. Like you just can't be Denzel. So Anthony Mackie plays himself, but I think Anthony Mackie basically having his own vibes works for Sam Wilson. That's who we know him as, and I think it works. But I could see somebody saying too much Mackie vibes because he just plays himself.
Yeah.
Can I please hate on the Black Widow chick, or are y'all trying to be safe? No. I brought it up a little bit, Dre, but please put your comment in and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
She
Put
got
your comment in, Dre.
She got cooked.
We'll talk about it. It was needed, just poorly. Yeah, I agree. K-Jax 33 said if they want to come back from this, they need to delay and focus on writing CGR arcs of the characters, less humorous situations, and better stakes. Woo!
Yeah.
Man, that right there, K-Jack.
Good comment.
You know what? Jorge. And you guys that are watching, we're gonna start doing this, but I want, if we can, get K-Jack's information and we'll send him something because this might be the best comment from everybody that dropped during the podcast. This is a good one.
I pinned it on the Instagram.
You pinned it? Yeah. Let's get K-Jack's information and we can send him something, man, because this brings up what the issues are, and he nailed the writing, which I brought up, the CGI, which I actually brought up, the arcs of the characters. Like, we are getting away to what got us at this wonderful place up that ended with Avengers Endgame. So we have to get back to that, but it's hard to get back to that if we're not taking the proper time to make sure the movie has quality instead of making sure we can get a joke in. Like Marvel always wants to throw a joke in, and sometimes what made Winter Soldier so great, we didn't throw no jokes in. I'm sure there's some funny parts about Winter Soldier, if I can remember right, but they didn't force jokes on you. Like even in this film, Anthony Mackie was like, which was funny. Probably the funniest thing about the film, when he was like, when Bucky told him you don't need the superhero serum, and then when he's fighting the Hulk, he's like, Bucky, you're full of shit. I should have took the serum. Bucky, you're full of shit. Like that's funny as fuck. But we need to focus away from the funny and the quality, man. Like not everything has to be funny with the MCU. Agreed. Same. We're going to slow down the focus on quality and not doing so is disappointing. It is. And I think if you're a casual fan and you go out to watch this film, you might like it, right? You might like it, and you might like it a lot because you don't have the history, you don't have like the tie-ins with the comic books or the tie-ins with the other movies, so you can just sit there and enjoy it. But we are an educated community, and we know we we can't let Marvel and the MCU off the hook with you can't give us the bullshit. Like you can't give us bullshit because the prices don't change. If anything, the price is going up.
Yep. It's not yesterday's
So
price, right?
yeah, exactly. Today's price ain't yesterday's price, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that stuff is going up, then you have to continue to give us quality films. The funniest thing in the film was the damn. Oh yeah, god damn the haircut.
Damn, man, the hair system.
Yeah. The hair system.
Thought that serum would grow that shit back, but no.
Yeah, nah, he got problems, man. That
Man.
serum's not working for the hair, man.
But Haas, we got 30 comments to go over.
All right, let's bring them down.
Yeah.
Let's bring them down. And Dre, whenever you're ready to talk about the 4'5" menace, Black Widow, we can we'll put your comment out there. All right, Jorge, let's go.
All right, so we posted probably this week. Did Captain America 4 deliver? So we went on 3 platforms: Facebook and Instagram. So let's see what we got.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh man, that has to be a Facebook one. That's a Facebook one.
Yeah, yeah.
Next. Next.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Disney just doesn't learn. The era of wokeness. Next. Oh, these Facebook comments, man. Next. Cap America. That doesn't rep America. Worked out really well for him. I'll never see it. Next. Yo, these comments are nasty work, Jorge. This is funny. Maybe when it's free, it happens to be in the background at a hearts party. Okay, I can respect that. He probably thinks the movie's not gonna be good. Okay, not bad. Technically, according to the suit with Captain America, he should be Captain Puerto Rico. Yes, it's more like Captain Puerto Rico than anything else.
Yeah,
that I do agree.
All right, here we go.
And of course, Disney is lying about the numbers. According to Disney, they said it cost $180 million to make. This movie was shot and remade 3 times. Ooh, shot and remade 3 times, Jorge. Yeah. More like $300 million.
And the title changes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right.
He went woke in his comments. Okay. y'all dragging this woke stuff out, man. It's crazy. Well, Mackie did say Captain and represent America, so why would I spend money watching Cap that doesn't represent me? Okay, Joe. Yo, these comments is nasty work. Yeah. Oh my god.
All right, here we go.
I love Facebook. No Steve Rogers, no Cap. Okay, buddy. No problem, man. No problem. No Black History Month for you either. How about that?
All right, here we
go. It has something to do with the comments on America, which I didn't like. I didn't like him as Marvel's choice of Captain America in the first place. He doesn't have the swag. Ooh. You know what? We'll respect that because it's coming from a black guy. So it's not a racist comment. It's one of the few non-racist comments we got from Facebook so far. So we'll take that. Yeah. Oh, it's Dev. It was the best they could do with that setup, honestly. Yo, and I don't know if Dev was watching, but he definitely left the comment. And yeah, it's the best they can do, which means Marvel needs a whole quality control meeting.
Yeah.
We need to stop what we're doing and just assess every project that's coming up. Because I don't know how we get to Doomsday and just be happy about it. Go ahead. We got a long one. All right. Mike says, it has some good action scenes. Serviceable movie. I enjoyed it. Felt a bit generic. Didn't expect Harrison Ford to be in the movie as much as he was. Huge role. But yeah, the Red Hulk was just one scene essentially, and not a whole lot than probably expected. Sam not wearing the suit for long stretches while on a mission was really dumb to me. Felt like they intentionally didn't want to make a superhero movie. Hence, Sidewinder and the Serpent Society being very generic bad guys. I get concentrated on Sam Wilson as Captain America and his sidekick as the new Falcon, but this could have been any basic action movie. I know the Avengers are no more, but there are plenty of other heroes that could have had a little screen time. It's not as bad as the haters are saying. It's a decent film that has some fun moments. You know what? This comment fits more so how I feel about the film than anything else.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I feel about the film.
Yeah. Good comment.
I like that comment. That was really detailed, very thoughtful. That was one of the best comments that we got. Bort or Bo, I don't know which way you want to go about it, but the action was great. The characters, for the most part, were not interesting. The humor was bland as fuck. Effects and action were very entertaining, though. Juan Carlos Esposito joins the MCU in the worst role they could have gave. Listen, Jorge, that's what I said, man. Like, they wasted his great acting, his great presence, because we've seen it in the movie. In the movie, when he was there, he owned the screen. They just wasted him.
Dude,
that was
that's
good.
Like whatchamacallit? His what's his face? Christian Bale as the Butcher.
Wasted him.
Wasted
him in Thor. He did the best he could in Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
He did the best he could.
Yeah.
It's true. This movie was a 5.56 to me. You should watch it. This was a Red Hulk origin story, not a Captain America movie. If Carl Lumpy's character had more interaction with Red Hulk in this movie, it would have been a 10 plus. Okay. Listen. That fits more of my sentiment. So, I like it. I like what he said. Worst part of Power. Okay, Dennis Holloway. It's not that bad, bro. Stop it. Stop it with the nonsense, bro. Happy Black History Month.
Yeah.
Looks like three episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier in a row without Bucky and 5 minutes of Red Hulk, so it's a no for me. Listen, what do I keep stressing? This could have been season 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. People recognize
season 2, right?
Season 2. Just give us 6 episodes in Disney Plus, and we can watch it whenever we want.
Yes. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Not spend $80 to take your family to the movies. Hold up. You may be Captain America and the Falcon, but you'll never be Captain America of the Millennium Falcon. That's awesome. Yeah, hopefully y'all guys got the Star Wars reference.
Be Captain of the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's we had to get one of them.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, I'm with you with the yawn because I had some yawn parts when I was watching that movie for sure. Trash. I'm not saying the movie's trash. I'm just saying it needed to be better. But I respect it. I respect that comment. Bring back Steve. And so this is what Andy says. Andy says bring back Steve. Chaudhary says Instagram. And Andy says just go watch the old movies. Okay, whatever. Well, that's a weird back and forth.
Yeah.
Jesus. He's not Captain America. Actually, he is. That's what he is Captain America. All right. Yeah. You can't change that. Just because you miss Steve Rogers does not mean that Sam Wilson isn't Captain America. He is Captain America. Jesus. Thank you, 671.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I know now. And knowing's half the battle. He's not my I love it. He's not Captain America. Like, not my Captain America.
Right.
Happy Black History Month to you motherfuckers.
Here we go.
Nope. The Anthony Mackie at the German release said it doesn't represent America because it It represents honesty, integrity, strength of character. Obviously, he doesn't intend for American audiences to see this crap. I'm quite happy not seeing it. You motherfuckers out there are so wild. Like
Remember that interview he said?
Chris Evans also said he doesn't focus on the America part when he was playing the character. Like, stop it with the racist shit, bro. Y'all gotta stop with the racist shit. Y'all find ways to find some racist shit. Like, y'all gotta stop. It's Black History Month. Spread love. All right, what we got? God damn it. Golding says, I'm going to shit all over these critiques and give an actual good review. Okay, let's get it. All right. The movie was actually very entertaining. Anthony Mackie kills the role as being exactly who Steve gave the shield to and believed in. A good man. He leads the movie with a strong sense of courage and resilience in the character. Sam is underestimated in both films and the lore, and in the meta audience sense, as he received so much hate for simply being the person the shield was given to, and for being a black Captain America in general. Perhaps the coolest part of the film is the fact that Sam is now the most skilled human in the MCU, and that's not close. He doesn't have powers. He has determination, talent, skill, and a good heart. Watching his evolution into Captain America along the films is really cool. And I think people purposely leave that out of the conversation solely to glaze Steve and bash Sam Wilson, the character. The heart, flying action, vulnerability, yet courage of Cap, and the growing combat prowess of Sam leads me to truly believe he will indeed be able to lead the new Avengers in time, as I think he will gain massive respect from other superheroes for what he can accomplish with willpower and skill alone. Great movie. Definitely feels like an older MCU movie. And it's the strongest one I've seen in a minute. If you love Captain America and what Steve actually stood for, you definitely understand why he gave Sam the shield by the end of this film. Strong 7.5 out of 10.
That's good.
That was heartfelt.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna combat that. I'm gonna let Godang have their moment. They're gonna have their moment.
Yeah.
Snaps by Hawkeye says it was entertaining. If you're asking me to critique it, here we go. Mackie isn't a leading actor. Wrong. Everyone with a decent amount of screen time was more charismatic in the film than him. Beg to differ. You can tell the film had no direction with all the reshoots they had to do. True. There was essentially 3 mini bosses. True. And the leader wasn't a good enough villain for the movie. True. Red Hulk was only in the film for 8 minutes, and I time certain things when watching films. Toyed with the idea of launching a movie review channel on YouTube. You should, and please tag us in it so we can support you. Honestly, would have been better as a Disney Plus show. Perfect. Great comment. It definitely would have been better as a Disney Plus show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Great villain that wasn't given away in the trailer. Solid hand-to-hand combat scenes as per usual Captain America movies. I disagree. Anthony Mackie was fighting in quicksand. Strong enough groundwork for future films. You like the narration, dude?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here you go.
It's actually good. Oh, here we go. It's actually good. It should have been a series. They cut too much from the final cut. The Serpent Society, the Black Widow agent was trash, and of course they nerfed Red Hulk. Sam Wilson's Captain America from the comic books is actually well written hero. Okay minute though. Oh, he probably was like, I don't know what okay minute though. I don't know what that is, but 7 out of 10 from Dre. All right, yeah. I'm not mad at that. Anywhere between a 5 and a 7, I will personally accept.
Yeah.
Satisfactory. Kind of wish his sister was in this from the show. I'm a Hulk fan, so the setup of Sam and Ross for Doomsday. I mean, I hope it kind of sets it up, but I don't like where it's going. I liked it. My only complaints were it felt like watching an MCU movie in rookie mode at the beginning with yo, that's crazy work. With the excessive expedition, a handful of spots of background CGI quality issues. Yes, that's what I was talking about. The CGI, especially in the last scene with the fight of the Hulk, I did not like. I did not like that CGI at all. My bad. I meant okay movie. I knew it was something. I couldn't get the English out. It just I was trying to
Did you
guess
see
what
in
you
the
said,
first
Dre.
fight of you saw Captain America's stunt double? I could tell right away.
Oh, you saw the stunt double?
Yeah, the first
All
fight.
right. I'm gonna watch this film one more time, but I'm definitely watching it at the
It
crib.
was so obvious too.
Definitely. Yeah. I that's like you remember I'm Gonna Get You Sucker?
Yeah.
So remember when they purposely did like the stunt double scenes of the mom kicking ass and the stunt double had like a full goatee and shit? Like that kind of reminds me of that shit.
Yeah.
Like all right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a complete story. Okay. Did anyone else feel that they cut out 5 chapters of this book and expected us not to notice? The tone is certain scenes. The tone in certain scenes just didn't line up with me. Why call it Brave New World? It was very much the same world as it was 4 movies ago. Yeah, bro, this world is screwed the fuck up. The world is screwed up. Bro, no, CGI was bad as Hemda's son in the. Oh my god. So 671 brought up Hemdall's son, which I completely forgot about in Love and Thunder. That's how bad that movie became.
Yeah.
And yeah, that CGI was horrible too. Yeah, nah, CGI sucked. And especially the last scene. I did like the Hulk CGI, but the background CGI was wiggity 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 whack.
We can whack. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, got 2 more comments.
We have 2 more.
Yeah.
No, by no fault, Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson story is too neutered. Paint by colors, pretty boring. Sadly, all the hype, but only 10 minutes of Red Hulk. I could understand that frustration. I understand it.
Last one.
Ah, Mr. Nuff. All right. Yes, it did. I don't understand the hate. It was a setup movie, just like all the other Captain Americas. The idea of having to rebuild the Avengers kind of got lost by the end of the movie, but it isn't forgotten. Also, Sam Wilson is the people's champ. He is. Added humanity to the Captain America moniker. True. Steve was straight laced in the suit and out. Sam, on the other hand, had a corporate voice and is chilling with the crew voice. Yeah, good comment. Good comment, Brad. Like, good comment. I mean, some of y'all are going to like this film, man. Like, I had higher expectations for it because we don't have too many movies left before we get to Avengers Doomsday. So I can't just give movies a pass when we need to set up something bigger. Like, we need to set up something huge for this Avengers Doomsday. Yeah. K-Jack says, profile picture, Jack 33. I made my statement when I only seen it once, so it was a little raffle. No, it's all good, man. I seen it once too, and I'm gonna watch it at home for a second time this time. I'm not going to the movie.
Watch the first fight and look closely. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all good. I'm going off my first thing and how I felt emotionally about that film, and I just don't. I'm not feeling it, man. Like, I'm not feeling the film. But if I didn't know about the MCU, like if it just came out and I had no idea I would like the movie because I would be like, oh, this is a cool superhero flick.
Yeah.
6. Yeah. Anything. Like I said, anything between 5 and 7, I respect the most. Like, I get it. Because some people, for the reasons I don't like part of the film, some people might like it. So I could accept that. What I can't accept is someone saying it's the worst movie because it's not the worst movie. And I can't have anybody say it's the best movie because now you're tripping. Maybe your opinion, but your opinion is trip based and you're tripping.
Yep. So yeah, that's all the comments we got.
That's all we got. So guys, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me and Jorge today. I had to do a lot of talking, and I'm under the weather, and I'm happy that my throat survived. Pause. And we are going to catch up with you guys next week. We'll have Ralphie and Grandmaster Facts back.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We're gonna talk Invincible. What I want you guys to do though, and we would appreciate it. If you guys have not already, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be bringing you new content in the next few months. I know you guys are asking about that X-Men podcast. It's coming. We're in development. We're working on it, and we're making sure it's really good for you guys. But I'm telling you guys right now, we're only producing that on YouTube. So you guys go to the Party Nerds YouTube channel and start subscribing to us if you haven't already. You'll still, as always, our weekly podcast will be on all platforms. We want the whole world involved. So you guys catch us on X. You guys catch us on Facebook, Instagram,
Twitch,
YouTube. Am I missing one?
Twitch.
Twitch, yes. Also we have a TikTok, so subscribe to us on there as well. And we're gonna see you guys next week. Thank you for all the comments. KJack33, I think we're gonna try to get in touch with you, man, because that was a wonderful comment. Because I think that's the problem with the MCU, quality wise. I think you hit it on the nose. 671 before we head out says, had anyone tried to tell me since I said it that it was solid that I probably guzzled down whatever Marvel releases because I wouldn't say it's trash. Listen, like I said, we have only a few more movies till we get to Avengers Doomsday. So me personally, I can't accept average movies at this point. I can't.
Because you're spending $80 right before the film. Movies, tickets, popcorn.
Yeah, I can't accept it because we have to get to Avengers Doomsday and believe what's happening in that movie. And if you mean to tell me that we kept striking out movie after movie, or we just got average movie after average movie, like, we're not going to get excited about Doomsday. We're just going to be naturally excited because it's an Avengers movie. But the excitement level is not going to be as high as it was before. So they have to establish quality. That's what made the first Avengers film so dope, because it was the build up, and then the next Avengers film, even though Age of Ultron wasn't the best, we still enjoyed that film for the most part. And then when we got the Infinity War, like, we were just on cloud nine, and we got Endgame, and it was crazy. Been with y'all for years. Keep up, y'all. Yeah. Thank you for the support, man. We're gonna get in touch with you. But again, for Jorge, the evil producer who keeps us running, and for myself, Haas Diesel, we'll see y'all next week, man. Thank you for rocking with us, man. Party Nerds Weekly Podcast. We'll catch you next week. Peace.